Now today, the Navy Insurance Registrations report for last week just got published, and as seen on the screen, Nio reported 4,100 Navy Insurance registration, or Nio had 4,100 Navy Insurance registration on the report that is usually posted by, of course, Leodo. Now this is a 24% increase from the 3,300 we saw coming from Nio last week. Now, yesterday, you will know that one of the things that we learned from the production report, which sort of like gave a highlight on how many vehicles or how many ES6 is Nio producing, we learned that, of course, the F1 Nio factory closed for 5 days, and that is from the 29th of July to the 2nd of August. These, of course, closure was so that Nio can upgrade their F1 factory, which is something that, of course, we are hoping that, of course, even more deliveries will come, of course, as the year unfolds, right? Now, one of the things that we read from the very same report is that, of course, some of the Nio's workshops are running on a double shift, which is something that just has to show you that, of course, Nio chances are very high that we might see them reporting record-breaking deliveries again for the month of August. Now, this Navy Insurance Registration report further highlighted that from the 1st to the 20th of August, Nio has delivered, of course, 11,000 vehicles, or so Navy Insurance registrations of around 11,000, which means that if we are just going with these, of course, Navy Insurance registration, Nio is now left with just over 9,400 to beat or to produce the kind of deliveries they produced for the month of July. So I'm very excited about this, ladies and gents, because I know, or we know very well, that there's still 1.5 weeks when Nio is supposed to deliver this over 9,400 to be able to be where they were looking at the July deliveries, because for July, you know that Nio reported over 20,400 for that month in terms of deliveries, which, as I've said yesterday, I personally believe that chances are very high that we'll see Nio reporting over 21,000 for the August deliveries, which will be a new record, and which will then result in so many of the retail investors or new investors, including myself, to be really excited, because Nio has never delivered over 21,000 vehicles on a month. So these 4,100, I know that to others it might not be the good deliveries that we want, but I personally believe that we are in it for a new record. That's something that I see, and I'm not going to back down on that, because I'm noticing that Nio, in terms of deliveries, they are doing not that bad. In fact, they are doing quite well, because 11,000 vehicles in 3 weeks, it's something that, of course, we never got to see in the first half of 2023, which to get to see that now Nio is able to produce 11,000, or is able to sell around 11,000 vehicles, it is something that is incredible. Though, of course, one of the new executives indicated that these don't reflect the actual deliveries, which, of course, that is what we saw exactly for the month of July, that the Navy Insurance registrations numbers were lower, but the actual deliveries that came from Nio were more. It is something that, of course, is sort of like this report or these Navy Insurance registrations give us a plus minus the kind of vehicles we have to expect to come to some of our automakers like Nio, or EV makers like Nio. So I'm very excited with the progress thus far from Nio, and I'm hoping to see more and more deliveries, or Nio continuing to increase deliveries on a monthly basis. In fact, I personally would like to see Nio delivering around 25,000 vehicles for the month of September, which, if they can do that, then it will be lights out. Otherwise, so many of the analysts or big financial institutions are expecting Nio to even ramp up further or deliver even much higher numbers in terms of deliveries in the Q4 of this year, which, if that happens, then of course it's lights out for this stock. Because, ladies and gents, one of the things that we are seeing from Nio is that though Nio is doing this well, the share price of Nio has not been doing that well, which the more Nio show that they are consistent in delivering over 20,000 is, of course, the more we are going to see the share price also following suit the kind of deliveries that Nio is producing, or the kind of big fundamentals that we are seeing from Nio. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me. And I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Before you buy Nio for the very first time, please do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.